So Dad, there's this boy in my class, and I think he's really, really cute, and all the other girls in my class have boyfriends. So I was just asking for a blessing.
How old is he?
He's 16.
Do you know him?
I know him from class. He plays football.
Yeah.
He has really good grades and all, and he's really, really sweet.
Ivy, let me tell you this. When I was a teenager, I was in a high school of boys only. It was a boys only boarding school. I wrote letters to 3 girls, and I made them believe they're my girlfriends. And I actually made their heads to spin. We didn't do much. There was no sex, no kissing. There were also in boarding schools, girls only schools. I was actually even a Christian Union leader. But I believe I contributed to them not making it to the university, because girls have a way of concentrating in relationships. On my part, like many other boys in my time, I never gave it a thought. I wrote them letters. In those days, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet. We used to write each other letters the old-fashioned way, traditional way. And in my time, girls sleeping with boys used to be seen as a disgrace to the society, to the family. A girl not being a virgin used to be looked down upon. For boys, it was heroic. No one ever told us to say no. So for us, it was an achievement. And we used to compete who has slept with more girls than the other. Well, my case was a bit different. I was born again. But I still felt I wanted to play with girls. There was a struggle between me. Now, when I went to the university, I found your mom. And guess what? I never remembered any of the girls. 2 of them actually sent me letters in the university, and I ignored them. Looking back, I think I'm guilty. For me, I focused on my studies. I didn't think about the girls. I'll tell you my view, my daughter. You are just 15. You are just 15. You have a whole life before you. Here's my advice for you. Socialize with boys. Do not specialize. Get to know boys as much as you can. Get to interact in healthy social activities. But decide and purpose. Promise yourself. Promise Ivy. No sex until you get married. And here is why. When a boy gets involved in a relationship that tends to specialize, he starts to plot and to strategize how to have sex with you. That's what goes on in the head of a boy. And for teen boys, they seriously don't have breaks for most of them. They have no shocks to their emotions, no shock absorbers. They want to go all the way and sleep with you. And let me tell you what happens in a man's mind. When he gets a girl so easily, he doesn't value her. He thinks she's cheap. We tend to value that which is rare. That's why gold is more valuable than building rocks. Why? Gold is more rare than building stones. But secondly, even if you get married to this boy, trust me, once you get involved in sex before you get married, you have involved yourselves in sex without vows, without covenants. Either of you or both of you, after your wedding day, will continue to be involved in sex outside vows, outside covenants, what we call adultery, or what we call affairs. And now, you and like me, the standards of morality have sunk an all-time low. So both boys and girls are sleeping with each other. No one is condemning them. I mean, it has sunk to a new low. Trust me, you have no idea how many emails I receive every day, how many people inbox me on my Facebook page, going through a lot of pain. And when I dig the root cause, it's because they had a wrong foundation in their marriage. Hear me, my daughter. You will save yourself a lot of pain. A lot of pain. If you only purpose today, no sex until I get married. You are not doing that for me, you're not doing that for anyone else. You're doing that for Ivy. You will save yourself a lot of pain. So when I began dating your mom, she was 19 and I was 20. And when I proposed to her, I told her, look, no sex until we get married. It was tough those days in the university, just like it is right now. 4.5 years, I kept my word. I kept my promise. Now your mom knows she can trust me. Why? When I was younger, I kept my word. When perhaps, quote unquote, it was more tempting. I'm saying that because Sex is tempting throughout one's entire life. But when we were much younger and when people didn't have boundaries, we decided to draw and enforce those boundaries. So we decided we can only get intimate when we are married. And for that reason, she respects me and I respect her. She realized I didn't take her for a ride, I didn't take her for granted. I valued her. I valued her chastity and my chastity. And I tell you this, you will avoid a lot of pain, my brother. You will remember me. I deal with so many couples who are going through untold pains, serious excruciating pains, simply because they crossed the line. So the easiest way to do it now as a teenager, socialize with boys, and when the time comes for you to specialize, meet in the public places. Have your non-negotiables. Decide you're not going to go to his house, he's not coming to your house, and if he does so, he will only be in the sitting room. Or you go to their sitting room, and not alone. Go with 2 or 3 other girls. Let him come and visit you with 2 or 3 other people, but don't go to the bedroom. Don't take him to your bedroom. Let him not take you to the bedroom. You can meet in the park, but avoid meeting just the 2 of you in privacy, because it's very easy to think you're going to play safe, and then you cross the line. A lot of times teenagers get involved in sex. It is simply because there's a lot of pressure coming from other kids, and number 2, they thought they're strong enough to resist it. Trust me, don't test your body. Keep that safe distance. Meet in the public. Meet in the public when you begin to specialize. That way, you'll have a strong foundation for your marriage. And you'll be so proud to tell your child the way I'm telling you about me and your mom. You'll be very happy to be a role model to your kids and pass on the same values to your children. And thereby, we'll be having generations and generations of families with great values. One day, I watched a movie that touched my heart, Courageous. And I saw a father give his daughter a ring, a purity ring. And that's what I want to do to you, Ivy, today. I want to give you this ring. I want to give you this ring. It's written your name. And this is not a promise to daddy. This is a promise of Ivy to Ivy, that you promise yourself every time you see this ring. It's written your name and my name and today's date. Every time you see this ring, this is a promise. No sex outside wedlock. Can you promise yourself that? Can you? Thank you.